to leave a meeting or ban participation of anyone who engages in inappropriate contact, including but not limited to obscene or offensive posters or language, personal attacks, threats, or any other behavior that reasonably impedes the orderly administration of the meeting. The board's executive committee and/or other assigned committee will review repeated offenses and/or behavior and ban the offender for an amount of time determined by the committee. If in-person outbursts or attacks continue, this will be considered disturbing the peace and authorities shall be summoned. So now I will do the attendance. So, Jean Hill, present. Eric Asensio, absent. Yahira Arias.
Present.
I'm sorry, I've got to answer for you. Barbara Stronza is absent, and Andrew Lyosa.
Andrew Leosa, present.
Okay, so that's the attendance. Review of the October minutes. Okay. Okay, the October minutes, was October the 18th, 2023. We read the guidelines and code of ethics. We introduced, attendance was taken, quorum was met. Review of previous minutes if applicable. The new business, review of capital and expense request report for the year of 2024. Committee did a full breakdown, capital requests were reviewed, and items deemed already in progress were removed. Other items were moved up on the list. C, a full breakdown was also done on the expense items request report with items added and deleted as needed. D, the completed report was presented at the public hearing on 10/24/23. And the next meeting date would be November the 20th, which is today. So we will continue on with today's agenda. Is we're going over the internal budget. So this is, oh, I'm sorry. I need a second to approve the minutes.
Second.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Minutes approved. So we will continue on to the Bronx Community 7 expense report for the fiscal year of 2024, July 1st, 2023 through June 30th of 2024. So, our starting budget is $257,507. The Civic Engagement Commission grant was $1,500. The Municipal Art Society of New York is $1,000. Okay, that's the credits. So that's $260,007. Under our debits, the staff salaries are $214,000, which includes the DM salary, what is Stephen's title?
Assistant.
Community coordinator. And we're still in the process of hiring a community associate. Yeah. Okay, so that's what that amount totals up to. So the next item would be the Civic Engagement Commission. That would be $1,500. The Municipal Art Society of New York was $1,000. The tree lighting, which will be December the 7th, is $5,800. Community support for events is $2,000. The annual resource fair, which is held in the summer, will be $6,404. And office operations, which includes the printer, the phone service, internet service, security system, the Zoom, that would be $19,336.77. Constant Contact, Kava Maintenance and Supplies. And one, the weekly cleaning is $66,800. So that totals up to an expense of $256,840.77. And with the credit that we have, so we will have a remaining balance of $3,166.23. Everybody clear on that? Any questions?
The veterans event, what would that be under? Is that the community support for events, or?
Which veterans event?
I think the board hosts it twice a year, the one that just happened. Don't you guys like pay for that, or is that?
Oh,
yeah.
that budget is very small. I actually have paid out of pocket for the flags.
Okay.
And then everything
Yeah.
else, there's no expenses.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
With like the tree lighting, you have to pay for the lights and, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Put the stuff up on the
Yeah,
tree
yeah.
too.
Parks require us to have someone do it, and they have to be insured and licensed in order to do so.
They don't make you guys like get a permit, or is it cause you guys are the
No,
city?
because it's directly.
No,
with-
we
Oh,
get
okay.
a permit.
Yeah.
Yes, we get a permit.
Okay, okay, thank you.
And we get the Wingo wagon,
Yeah,
it's
the wagon.
donated.
Yeah.
Donated by Montefiore.
Yeah,
yes.
the Wingo wagon is donated, that's the stage.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it would be very expensive.
Yeah.
It would be a lot more
Like,
expensive.
push a lot more money.
At least they don't charge you for
I
the
do have
permit,
a-
yeah, that's good.
So the last budget, it was a small amount, but we got support from one of our council members
Yes.
that they didn't continue with this fiscal year.
No, not so far, but I know they're still working on their, participatory budget.
Okay, so
So
it might-
maybe through that, they might send money, so we'll definitely, I'll update you if they decide to give the community board any money.
And the other thing is, like this, so, last week they made all these like pronouncements and budget cuts and blah, blah, blah. Theoretically, if they cut the board budget,
15%,
it doesn't
he
affect
said.
this is already in, right?
No,
Or-
this is
No,
in.
so the community boards are exempt
Oh,
from any
exempt.
budget cuts,
Mhm.
because our budget is already very small, so
Right.
we are exempt from, any hiring freezes and any
Oh,
deduction from the
really?
budget,
That is,
yes.
wow.
So, in the second half, okay, consultant for the city of Yes for housing opportunity, that's gonna be 3,000. Inventory intern, because we need somebody to really go through all of the paperwork and stuff, that'll be $6,782. Moving services, that means moving stuff around in the office, because we have to reorganize the whole office. It's just been, through the pandemic and people coming and going, we have to redo the whole office. The security system upgrades, hard drive, and 3 remotes to open the gate, that'll be $3,500. Kitchen equipment, a fridge plus a microwave will be about 2,000. Promotional materials for community events will be 4,000. An early literacy event in February is 3,000. And meet and greet your community board event in May will be 5,000. Cleaning the closet upgrade, brooms, dustpans, snow shovels, salt, window cleaning kit, that'll be about $1,500. And 2 laptops plus accessories, about 4,000. And 2 small cabinets and 16 clear storage boxes will be $1,620. And office signs will be $500. So that'll come up to, about $38,901.65. And then after we have spent all of this, then our budget will come down to 0. And hopefully we have enough money for all of this stuff. Any questions or comments?
I don't know, cleaning closet, is that where the video security is?
Yes.
There's no room. That little thing, a dustpan, snow shovel, anyway.
Well, you gotta remember the
No,
elements.
last time I was trying to clean the front of the office, and the broom that I was using just literally broke on me. Like, the
Yeah.
head just went flying one way, and then I was just holding the stick, so we need to basically replace those items.
Yeah,
that are-
We haven't replaced
No, I
those
just didn't
stuff
think there
in
was room.
years.
Yeah.
The whole
Mhm.
office is being,
Yeah.
it has,
Needs
it's
a
being
update.
upgraded.
Yeah.
It's an update.
Now that we have the money, cause you know,
Now
we don't
that
know
we-
when this opportunity
Yeah,
will come
now
again.
that we have it, let's just do it, get it done, and keep it going, maintain it after that.
Are we satisfied that our current security system meets our needs?
No, that's why we upgrading it.
Mhm.
It's
So it's gonna
upgraded.
be upgraded,
Yeah,
like
there's an upgrade in
being
there.
what, like what?
Listen, the security system upgrade is going to be $3,500, so we're spending money to upgrade the security.
Because you guys had graffiti on your gate for the
I'm thinking, like,
longest during the
do we
pandemic.
need more
No,
cameras?
I believe it's
No, we
gone now.
have enough
Yeah.
cameras, we have about.
You know, one in the front, on the awning.
Yeah, there's two on the front.
Two in front.
Yes, one was replaced with last year's, additional surplus,
Right.
money. So that was replaced, so now the inside is going to be replaced, and I think they have to test that the alarm does sound whenever something
Mhm.
happens. Like if someone is trying to
Portable
open the
alarm,
door,
right.
as of now, I think.
Doesn't it still go?
But
Doesn't
like,
it
you
still?
know, yeah,
No,
so like.
it still
if
goes
it's
to
something,
the
make
alarm
sure that-
company,
Yes,
and then they still have to call you and
Mhm.
call an additional person. We
Yes.
still have that, right?
yes,
So
that's
it's-
still the case.
So if
They're not
anybody-
monitored by the police, NYPD, I'm surprised
No.
at that.
No, we always had a private security, if you remember, Andy?
No, but we should, community
You
board
know
office
why?
should be directly,
It would be
Fine.
nice,
We
but
should
I
look
don't
into
think
that.
they
So
can.
I think the Bronx VAs, they have an application process
Mhm.
that I forgot what it's called, like the neighborhood
we should do
cameras.
that.
And they're asking homeowners to sign up, so
So they put the
they have
cameras
access,
around their
and
businesses.
NYPD have access to the
Yes.
cameras.
It will link to your
Yeah.
Ring
Look
camera
into
and your
that.
Ring camera will upload it to the
That
cops.
could be something that can be explored.
Yeah.
No, HA just made a,
Mhm.
comment
The
that
neighbors will
we had
use your
a-
Ring camera and it gives the police access where they don't have to like go and ask you, they can just go into the app and get the videos that have been submitted. So if they're looking for somebody similar to the business store cameras, they can do it for the Ring door cameras as well. If somebody stole your package, somebody in the building might as well have gotten that person on the camera as well, so they can just go in and look.
Yeah, but not necessarily you have to be okay with it.
Oh yeah, you have to
But
opt into
sign
it.
up for it,
There's a whole bunch
yes.
of, yeah,
You
legal
have to be
disclaimers.
okay
Yeah.
with it,
Right,
by
so
law,
like-
they cannot, they
Yeah,
can't just
you
go in
opt
there.
into
Right.
it.
No, cause even if they come in and ask me to see my personal Ring camera, I can tell them no.
Yeah.
Right,
And I know people have told them no, said
Mhm.
no, I don't want you looking at my camera,
Myself, yeah.
you know,
So
so
you
if
go
it's
into-
invasion of privacy.
Well, you start going into the
Yeah.
constitutional rights amendments.
Yeah,
Yes.
so we ain't trying to do all that.
Just-
So that's what it's about, upgrading what we have, cleaning up what we have, you know, redoing that whole office.
Yeah.
And it's a small office, so even trying to clean it, I even made a suggestion to Carla that maybe some of the file cabinets, we could put them out on the sidewalk in front of the thing. You don't have, trying to clean in such a small space, you can barely turn around.
It's just that over the years, it just accumulated, nobody ever thought, get rid. It was-
No, they kept everything.
And it's a small
Everything.
place too,
So it could be
yeah.
20 years of stuff in there.
Yeah.
And you
Oh,
gotta
yes.
wade through 20 years.
I mean,
You have to
Yahaira and I throw away on a weekly basis about maybe 20 garbage bags, we go back to.
Do
stuff.
y'all get the shredding people to come and shred it up for you?
No, we got our big shredder now.
No,
That's
remember
what
they have the shredding.
Dinowitz does that a lot, the
No, we
shredder
did,
stores.
I just did
Yeah.
one here.
Yeah, but.
Like
And then
shredding
they
or
have,
something?
talk to them about coming, when you actually have all of this stuff put together, to have the shred truck come and park in front of the office and shred it. I think that's a better way to go, cause I have a small shredder,
It'll
you know.
burn the motor out.
Yeah,
And when you're shredding that much stuff, that shredder you got in the office ain't gonna do it for you.
Okay.
No, so check into
The
that.
question would be the cost of that.
Yes.
No, have them, because they've been doing it. Gustavo does it.
Dinowitz just did it.
Dinowitz does it.
Officials, yeah.
Yeah,
Mhm.
any of the elected officials will provide you with the shredding,
So that's the-
because they have like it built in. And then they can come and, you know, maybe even make it so that the church might wanna do shred
Yeah.
some stuff.
Okay, ready from the box.
cause identity theft
Then
now
that
is
way they
crazy.
can cover it as a
Yeah.
community thing, and not just say, oh, it's just a perk
And
for
it's
you.
higher.
Yes.
Andrew, you're across the street, you bring everything you need.
Yeah, no, seriously, you're across the
Yeah,
street.
Oh, yeah, no, don't laugh, we
You're a
have
resident
3
here.
boxes and.
No, so you know what, talk to them.
That would help you.
Oh, we
They
need
could
it.
do it as
I
a
need it.
community, a block community thing, they will send the shred truck, they'll park the truck,
Yeah.
and then you take that stuff out once you have it all collected, and let them shred it, that's a better way.
Porter Hill does it every 3 or 4 months. They do it there
And it's probably
every
well
quarter, like
attended.
every
Yeah.
quarter.
Yep.
Mhm.
Every quarter we have, so at least 3 to 4 times a year they come and shred.
Especially election season, you get so much stuff in your mailbox.
Oh.
You don't really want to throw that in your address and all that. Yeah.
No, you have to be so
Yeah.
careful with identity theft today. Any other questions about the budget?
I think we're good. I think,
Okay.
eventually, you know, depending on the season now, we may get, move things around a little bit, but I don't see much.
No, it's pretty much is what it is what it is.
We have to prepare for a harsh winter.
They say it's gonna be a hard winter,
It's gonna be a harsh winter.
and I have to start jumping on them because you
Yeah.
know, over there
Those
across the
hedges.
street, no, never mind the
The
shrubbery.
icy conditions today was
Across
the
on that
problem.
corner, parks,
Alright.
the
They
MTA,
go through it every year.
and I forget who the
DOT,
third one
Department of
is.
Trans-
DOT, we fight with them, I have to
Not
call the
us.
council
Not us.
office,
Right.
they won't remove the snow because everybody's like, I only got this piece.
Yeah.
Well, this is my piece, well, I got this piece over here, but then none of y'all do anything.
And everybody's slipping and sliding trying to go to the train.
Yes, everybody's
Yeah.
pointing at the other guy about why they don't have to clean the snow, so that's always a problem.
Yeah, it's gonna be really brutal this winter. That's the prediction.
Mhm.
I mean,
But we
it's-
did have
right
a-
now it's
sorry.
freezing out.
Yes.
The
It was like down in the
temperature dropped-
40s?
It dropped like 20 degrees from when I went out at lunchtime.
I think it was 40 something when I came downstairs,
Yeah, it's gonna be really cold.
39 guys,
Yeah, it's dropping, it's,
Yeah.
I'm telling you,
39,
so.
that's cold.
Yeah, it's
Then it's
gonna
gonna
get
feel extra cold after you go out.
Yeah.
freezing
You
when
know,
it's
so warm.
Can I say something about the veterans event that just passed? It was lovely. I just suggest next year maybe you have a megaphone. It was kind of a little hard to hear with the cars going by. And can you
Yes.
just send a letter of support for the kids and the musicians? They didn't have coats. They did so good. They were a little nervous, but it was a lovely event. Great job.
They did do a
Yeah,
good
just
job.
to send them a little
I felt
love
bad
letter.
for the
Thank you
kids,
so much.
but they have
Yeah.
to show their
Yeah.
uniforms. I would wish they had brought their
Yeah.
coats
Yeah.
over and put them back there on the little balustrade, and then put the coats on to walk back.
Yeah.
But when I asked him about it, he said, well, we gotta show the uniforms, so that's why he didn't have the coats
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
Well, next year is the 100th anniversary of the Victory Memorial. Yes.
Is it
It's
really?
100 years, so next year,
Maybe we offer
gonna
them, if they
be-
come, we have some little hot chocolate or something for
so
them.
next year, for this event, it's gonna be
A bigger
bigger
deal.
store, bigger
And
store.
they played from the school all the way to the
Yeah,
memorial
they
and
walked
back. It
all
was
the
so
way up the
lovely.
block.
It was so
I
lovely.
got it, but they were already there, but, yeah, so next year, it's a big deal.
Okay,
Yes.
maybe we do something extra if the children come. I mean, I'm not worried about the adults,
Huh?
but I felt so bad because it was really chilly out there
Yeah.
and they just had little short sleeve
Yeah.
shirts on.
We're cotton too.
Yeah, you know, little cotton shirts, it was
But
really
it was
chilly.
really nice.
Yeah, it was.
But they were
yeah.
really, really good, those young people, they
Were
really
there
were.
pictures or?
Yeah.
No, I did, I have
Video,
videos,
we
just
got
all
Instagram.
pictures of
Send,
young
send
people.
it to me, send it, I took a lot of pictures, but send me pictures. so I
Okay.
can-
Did Bronx 12
I'm
cover
not there
it?
to the
No,
drive.
this-
No, Bronx
because this
12
has been-
didn't
There's so many things going on.
No, this
Yeah.
was, our event.
There were a lot of, turkey
Turkey
giveaways
giveaways.
that usually.
No, because I know they were over in St. James Park, my
Yeah, there's
my
so many things
nephew,
going on.
my nephew has one over there, they were all over there. They were here Thursday when we did the turkey giveaway, and everybody in the Bronx came over,
Yeah.
Manhattan and Westchester. Why you were coming from Westchester?
Sure.
I don't know, because everybody's having one, somebody's doing one tomorrow, who's tomorrow's? Carla, you remember? who's-
Oswald.
Oswald Felice.
Yeah, Councilmember Oswald Felice.
You know, and, Karina Sanchez sponsored the one at St. James. All of them, Vanessa and the council person, the senator, the assembly person sponsored the one we did here. Bailey is doing one, although I don't think we can consider Bailey. But I send people over there anyway.
Yeah, it's just, I mean,
Yep.
No, he sends me the information, so I told people go over there.
but I think for next year, we're gonna do a proper, like, ahead of time invitation. Make sure that if they RSVP, that we have them there. This is a big deal, this is a big deal.
Yeah, that's gonna be a big
For
deal.
the 100 years of the Victor Memorial.
And then News 12 will come out for that.
Yeah,
Oh, I'm
that's-
sure, yes.
I just think, what's the name come from Norwood? No, she didn't come from
No,
Norwood.
city.
I sent my pictures to the Norwood because they didn't send anybody. It was like there was nobody here. Here's all the pictures and videos. I don't know if they're
you
gonna
know
publish
what,
it.
but we can send
Yeah.
over to, Sheila.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
We could send her photos, and
Yes.
she'll definitely
Yeah.
take care of that.
City,
And
yeah.
I'm pretty sure she usually goes to our social media to grab it and take images.
Yeah, you know, so we could send her photos. I'll send them to you, and you do what
Bronx.
you want.
Bronx
I'm sending them on
News,
the drive.
And, Bronx, was it Bronx News?
Bronx News, Norwood News, and News 12.
Yeah,
Well, it'll probably be a bigger deal because it is happening in the Bronx and it'll be next year.
and then you know what, we'll invite some of the elected officials and do a whole lighty-dee-dee-dee. And, you know, really boost it up since,
Speaking about the electeds, I was kind of disappointed that none did show up or send a representative, especially with Mr. Dinowitz. He just made it his legislation passed to make the month of November Veterans Month, and then he
Yeah.
had nobody come out. I was a little disappointed by that, but I'll remember that when it's time to vote. Thank you.
yeah. No, we'll make
Yes,
sure that
ma'am.
we
Yes,
do
ma'am.
the
Yeah.
we will let him know. Yeah.
Because
all
we're
of
so
it.
split up. There's so many electeds for the area, and then I don't know who exactly has the memorial, but community board
I
seven.
think it's Denowitz.
Yeah. Well,
Dinowitz.
Dinowitz and Zakaro, but neither of them came out. Parina and them, they're
Zakaro, I knew was out of
Gustavo,
town.
yes, ma'am.
Because his people had told me.
Mr. Alvarez's office is like 2 blocks away on Webster, and nobody
Yeah.
came. Yes, ma'am.
So,
Okay.
we'll make sure they get, all of
Yeah,
them
yeah.
get the notice. So have we covered everything that we needed to cover?
Yep, yep.
Just new business, or old business. So what's the status of the search for the community associate position?
So we got 268 applications.
How many?
Uh,
Sorry, how many did you guys get last time? Is that way more?
This
That's
is
a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
we
Good.
got
Yeah.
way
Perfect.
more.
Okay.
We
Sorry
had
for all that work.
60
But yeah.
before.
Okay. Good.
And, you know, I don't know, it's holiday and so many things are happening. So this probably will not happen until after the first of the year,
Yes.
because that's a lot. And
Yeah.
then we have a
We don't have
limited
the time.
schedule.
We
Yeah.
don't have the time.
So it'll have to go into
New year.
2024.
Into like, yes, so January.
Yeah, so by, January, it should happen.
Okay.
So you said how many did we have?
268.
68.
Wow.
Do we have an inventory intern to help out yet?
Yes.
Or-
No, not yet.
Oh, we didn't hire them yet?
No, not
We got it
yet.
plugged
No,
into the
no.
budget though,
Mhm.
but we don't have the person.
No.
Okay, we
We'll
need-
get the
Would they
person
be
soon.
helpful, or they're just gonna be inventory, or?
They'll just do inventory.
Oh,
Do you know how much inventory is in that office?
okay.
Cabinets?
Oh,
You ever look up in those cabinets?
Oh, with the city, right, so
Yeah,
everything.
Yeah,
has to go up in
everything,
surplus.
because if-
Everything,
remember,
yes.
we've had audits, and when
Yeah.
I was
Oh,
the
I know.
treasurer, we've had audits,
Yeah.
where they come in and they do a physical
yeah.
inventory. And that's why I said to Carla, you must have 7 years of all of your bills.
Yeah.
And if a lot of things are on public surplus right now, we had one person come and pick up chairs today and a water cooler. So everything is going on public surplus. Even if it's broken, it has to be listed. We just listed a broken,
Lamp,
vacuum.
The
A
vacuum. the
vacuum,
lamp.
it says, it said parts only vacuum. You have to list it.
You have to
I
put
mean,
it
50 cents, you cut off the
Yeah.
copper wire and bring it to the.
I wanted to buy the lamp.
Now, what is it
$5.
called, public surplus?
It's public surplus,
Yeah, public
yes.
surplus, yeah.
I'm the current winning bid on the 2 wobbly tables and the large rectangle table. I've won it by the broken lamp. I put a bid at $10. Don't outbid me, please. But yeah, can't wait. Should be fun. They end at 7 o'clock. It ends at 7.
Yeah,
All
some
of
of
the
the,
furniture.
we put wobbly, the tables are really wobbly, like
Yeah.
they're
Because
falling
we've been
apart.
to them for a
But
while.
someone
What,
put
the
bids on
bid?
it already.
They don't
It's
care.
AJ.
They'll find a way.
AJ.
It ends at 7. I can't wait. I can't look at my
Wait,
phone to see if I
wait,
won yet.
You can find a way
Yes, ma'am.
cause we had a guy that used to do
Oh.
it
Yeah.
here, he did my dining
Right,
table.
yeah.
That's what I'm, yeah.
You can
Yeah.
That's what I'm hoping for.
reinforce
Yeah,
those
That's what I'm hoping
frames.
for.
Yeah.
You know
Yes,
what?
ma'am.
Is it wood?
Yeah, it says wood.
Yeah.
Burn it.
Yeah.
No.
No, the environment, the
Fireplaces
environment.
use it for wood.
No, you use it.
Some people fix them, they make them really nice.
okay.
AJ's
Yeah.
dying to get
I
the
want to put my
tables.
Christmas tree on it. Yeah, it's the perfect Christmas, even if it's a little wonky, nobody's gonna touch it. Yes,
Just turn it
ma'am.
upside down and just
Yeah.
tie it in.
Yeah, that's-
No.
We're gonna experiment.
I don't
You'd
know, I
be
think it's
surprised
more
what
than
people
that.
can take and make and
Oh,
use
yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and make it into a whole different item, you're like,
Oh,
wow.
DIY,
that's-
DIY.
Wow, yes.
Never would
I
have
saw
thought
the
it.
lamp and I said, I want to bid on it.
Yeah, it's a really cute
I said,
lamp.
I'm type for this right now.
It's like an old school lamp with the bendy neck, like the
Yeah.
Pixar lamp.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
was like, oh, I want that, I want it.
Oh no, you're city employee, you can't, yeah.
I
It made
know
me
that.
sign like 12 things to log into that.
Yes.
Yeah.
We like, and we just found the twins, so we're gonna listen.
No,
to
oh,
it.
yeah.
No, no, there's another one.
There's another one, but it's not like, it's not the same, it's a whole, like, a total thing.
Cause it's so hard to
But I
find
was
a
like trying to
desk
move it and it
for
was just
school,
like a basketball.
yeah.
I was like, oh my
It's
God.
so hard to find a desk besides like IKEA where they just like, they break, all the reviews like, don't use this for like one semester, where like, that looks like a real table, even if it takes a little like fixing.
It's a
They don't make them like that
It's a
anymore.
short table, though.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
It's CB7
That's fine.
invented.
There's going to be a desk.
Yeah,
in the
and I'm walking it
room.
across the parkway, so if you get any 311 calls, it's me. Thank you
Any more
guys.
We
leaks
list
or they
everything.
fixed the leaks?
Hmm?
The roof, they fixed the
So
leaks?
the roof was fixed and then we found some new spots. So I guess they'll come back. It's nothing major that's coming down, but there's a few water spots that just tell you that you know.
I just think they patched sort of over here.
And we also had that so much rain those past few weekends before it got cold.
It rained every
Yeah.
weekend, this is probably
For
the
like
first
2 months
weekend
straight.
it hasn't rained and God knows
Well,
what.
it's gonna rain tomorrow.
But
It got
nothing
cold, so
floated.
now we have to worry about the
There
snow.
was no floating in the office.
But still, there should
But
not
there-
be
yes.
water.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know what, tell the rest of the city this year.
The Mickey is back though.
Yeah. Oh.
We should get at it. It's impossible.
Well, no, it's not impossible. Carla and I had a whole thing with DCAS and a whole bunch. So it's not impossible, it's just lengthy. It's a lengthy process. We know what the process is now in detail as to what to do to find a space to move CD7 out. However, I am hopeful that,
But it has to remain in the neighborhood.
yes.
Yes.
Old
it
Fordham
has to
Library,
be-
sorry.
It has to be within.
Kingsbridge Armory.
Within the boundaries
Yep.
of the boundaries.
So, AJ, since you brought it up,
Sorry.
my wish is for CB7 to be inside the armory. I think that would be
10 years.
amazing. However,
We spoke about it because
Yeah.
originally, when we started out some 10, 12 years ago
We written
with the
into it.
armory, that was one of the things that former Chair Adeline
Yeah.
Santiago insisted that we have space in the armory, and we were supposed to have office space in there along with parking. Don't forget to
Ooh.
have that parking, yeah,
Yeah.
because they're gonna have a parking garage at the time. I don't know what it all is now, cause I worked on that then too. And we were supposed to have office space and parking spaces. But when I brought it up to Karina Sanchez and Gustavo Rivera with this new reinvention of redoing the armory, everybody's like, well, it's not carved in stone, so we will take a look at it. So I think we need to advocate and have all the board members advocate.
I think once the RFP is done and they find
The big money.
when they find
Yep.
the developer, to what's gonna happen inside there, then after that, we can have those conversations. Because as of right now, we don't know.
I still say advocate.
Yeah,
course.
absolutely.
I start early.
But,
Yeah.
but we've had these conversations we're on a Zoom call with DCAS, their whole department, as to how do we get this process going?
Mm-hmm.
And now we have clear understanding.
Of what you need to do.
What needs to be done and what steps needs to be taken in order for that to happen. It will take a couple of years, but now if we start the process,
Yeah, we'll start the process.
Yeah.
It's going to take about 3 years, but
it can happen, it's not,
Send it up into the spirits.
yeah, the universe.
Because, you know what, most of us might be in the spirits in 3 years, so I don't know.
All those spirits that were part of CB7 get together.
Yeah, all the spirits get together.
Get together.
And advocate for
I've
it.
been saying for years, there is no secondary means of
No, that was
egress.
always one of your
Yes.
things.
And they're like, oh, well, okay, so you can't have meetings there, but I'm like, what about the staff? You know, staff are there. It's not a meeting, but staff, so how do you allow that non-compliant situation to exist? I don't get it.
Well, whenever
You
this
know, I have a
office was.
question for you. What could happen with all of these new buildings coming up? The only reason I'm thinking about it is just we go over to the Beverly every so often. could we apply into some of these buildings going around, and maybe we can get space in their
Of
building?
We can, but we're limited to a specific square footage and cost. That's their biggest pet peeve. The application process is gonna be the application process, but
Okay.
we're stuck to a specific square footage. We can't go past it.
Really?
The size that we have now?
Yeah,
That's it?
that's it.
Well, ain't gonna be
We
any other.
can't
How's that gonna be
increase what we
different?
have now.
No, we cannot.
Where's the space for the
As
office?
long as, if there's 2 exits, that would make it better.
But other than that, we can only go with the space that we have now.
Yes, correct.
But we can't apply to some of these new buildings going up, these new
We
developments.
can apply.
But then it apply, of course, we
We can
can't go
apply.
beyond the rent that we pay.
We can apply as many places as we want, as long, and they will approve what our square footage is and the amount of money that they wanna pay. That is it. If they come back and whoever we apply to comes back and says, we're gonna give you 10,000 square feet and it's $10,000 a month, that's
That's killed.
dead, out the water. The
Okay.
minute they see the numbers, dead.
I'd like to know
I didn't know
who
they
makes,
would hold us to the same
who
square
makes that
footage.
decision, because, so, for example, you're in Manhattan, Community Board 7 in Manhattan. I'm sure the rent is like 3 times as much as ours. But like, is there a formula, or they just make it up
Yeah,
as they go?
because Board 12, and you know what a big space Board 12, you guys have been to meeting in Board 12.
That's the former police precinct.
I know, I thought it was the fire department, was it the police department, the
Yeah.
fire department, whatever it was?
There's a
And
room
that's
with bars, the
tremendous
jail.
space. Now, how'd they get that space?
So they are other city agencies within the same building. So what's allocated to CB12
Whose house
is
is
the
in there?
office space, but they can utilize all of it. But you
Oh,
have,
loophole.
you have the Bronx DA's office in the building,
In Ward 12?
yes.
Yeah.
There's
I didn't know
other
that.
city agencies.
There's, as long
I
as.
forgot what other
If
city
you find
agencies are
space,
there,
if
yes.
you find space where there's already city agencies, then you have leeway. But if you're looking for it on your own, you're confined to the square footage that they give you and the cost that's gonna come with that. That is it. We were like, Carla and
No, I mean,
I
this is the
Another
first time I've ever heard that, period. I don't know if Andy ever heard this, I never heard this
No,
one
I didn't
before.
either.
So you guys really gotten into the weeds with them,
Yeah.
because they never told us that.
If you're a private developer, how can the city say to a private developer, they're only entitled to 1,200 square feet? But I'm a developer, I'll say, you know what, I'll give them 3,000 square feet for the same rent. How can they stop that?
I don't get it
If
either.
you're a private
Oh, for, I
developer,
think
we may
it's about
get,
money, so it's.
Yeah.
we may get a benevolent private developer who, you know,
Well, let us get a bigger space
yeah.
and for the same amount of money. Cause it's guaranteed money, the city gonna pay them. AJ, you have an answer?
Yeah, sorry, about the double spaces, if there's another city agency, I believe there's a testing center coming to the old Fordham Library, so that whole first floor has nothing in there, perfect spot for you guys. And for the armory, back to that building is so pretty, it would be a great like sense of patriotism and civic pride to go into there to go to a community board meeting, as opposed to like some other random changing spots. I do kind of like you guys having more of a historical, because you are the city, you guys are the government. A lot of people over here don't know that, but people know the armory. So like go there, oh, that's where the government is.
Yeah,
Instead of 161, I hate going to 161.
It's a
Yeah,
great,
there's more to the government than the courthouse. Thank
it
you.
will be a place where people remember where you are.
Yeah.
It's easy to
And
remember.
especially walking into it, it's just
Oh,
like,
yeah.
oh, yeah, it's
Yes, you do
awe-inspiring.
remember
Yeah,
that.
it's
Yeah.
easy, it's easy to remember
Yeah.
where it is versus where we are now. They're like, where
Yeah.
are you? I'm like,
Yeah.
where is
Hey,
that?
hey, we know where Tracy is. Everyone knows
Yeah.
where Tracy Towers is.
So-
Any other little storefront as far as
Storefronts,
they're
yeah.
concerned.
So,
To his point, what about the old Bronx library?
we can, it's just we have to go through the process. We can apply to get space anywhere we want, as long as it falls within the
The district,
criteria
yeah.
that they give us.
Because you know, all of those buildings that they have closed over there under the Dollar Bank building,
Yeah.
that was supposed to, because remember the developer used to come to the community board all the time. And at one point, Bronx Community College was supposed to move up in the tower part. And I don't know what happened, and then Espaillat had the bottom
Bottom
floor.
part, yeah.
And actually, that bottom part, which had 2 places you could come in and go out, was about the size of the space we had now.
And it would, the problem with DCAS is we have to do the legwork. We have to talk to the landlord, we have to talk to the owners, we have to do the legwork and come back to them and say, here you go, we did everything with the application, and they're like, okay, it's gonna take you 3 years, no landlord's gonna wait 3 years.
No, not for rent,
For,
he's
enough-
not.
for you to be a tenant to move in.
No.
It's very rare with, I would say that the only place that can happen is somewhere like the clock tower, who is trying to build up tenants, and it's taking its time.
And we
just
have a
happen to slide-
relationship with him.
And we happen to slide in there at the
Yeah.
right time, but it's all about timing. But no landlord is gonna wait
No,
3
not for
years for the
3
city to
years.
approve, it's
No.
never gonna happen.
Look at Sam's flooring, that's gone now. They were talking, being about the police station and then completely gone.
Yeah,
But I forget the guy's name, I mean, we could.
I know what you're talking about, but.
Cause we have a relationship with him, cause he used to come to, community board 7 housing
But the
meetings.
issue comes down to DCAS's
But now
process.
they take 3 years
The
to
red
make
tape.
an approval.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
And they can
If
deny
you're
you.
lucky,
Yeah.
because
They can deny you.
CBA,
If it was fast
CBA
tracked.
has been trying to move, I heard, for like 15 years.
Yeah.
The move is even part of their, capital and expense budget.
And
We
still no
can't
liquidity.
bug the mayor, I mean, who's the overall
He's a little
final
busy
on
right now.
this?
OMB.
OMB, yeah, good luck.
Yeah.
There's the problem, like, even if we find someone who's willing to like allow us, it's the timing. 3 years wait, and then 3 years come to pass, and they say, oh, by the way, no, this doesn't fit this criteria, you wasted 3 years trying to get into something.
Mhm.
It's really,
That's
really-
crazy.
It is.
And you
The
know
red
what?
tape is just
What's even more
beyond.
annoying, they never told us some of this stuff before.
Well, Carla
No,
and
we
I
got far, so-
started asking deeper
Yes.
questions. We were on them for like, what, an hour and a half?
And the person who's now in charge of that specific department at DCAS, I believe he's been an elected official before, so he's very familiar with community boards. So I think having people that are familiar with community boards really helps put us on, as a bullet on the agenda.
Right.
So I think if they reached out to us, well, first they
Yeah,
reached out to
they
Yahara.
reached out because I told Irina, we need to
Yes.
talk about moving.
Mhm.
Every time I caught her ear, I said, I want TV7 to move. If I'm gonna be chair for the next 2 years, I need to start some process, even if I don't finish it, but
At least
let's
it's
start
started.
it. Let's answer the questions that we're up in the air, we have no
Right.
idea. Give me some feedback to this, and I'm very happy to say we got it, now we have some form of understanding how this process is gonna go.
Uh-huh.
We also just got new city, well, not new now, but Parina, Dinowitz, everybody else came in new, so I feel like everybody finally learned what the other people kind of forgot. You know, when you get the training, you kind of remember a little bit more than a couple years down the line. But yeah, finally we got some movement, and thank you for getting questions for some of those answers, because those have been, yeah, it's
been
hard.
a lot, yeah.
It's a lot of finger
And I
pointing.
think also
Yes, ma'am.
we, not to say that the old guard has not been crucial, but I think the fact that we have getting younger members and more active members.
Well,
that-
Councilmember Cohen left us during the pandemic for his own personal gain. We didn't even have a city council member for Norwood for the longest, so then the assembly member's son came in
I'm just saying
and took over.
for the board, we have now
Yes, ma'am.
younger,
Yeah, yeah.
more
And we
active.
need to keep the younger members because we were talking earlier, and a lot of times they don't understand how what a big commitment it is, joining community board, coming to at least 2 meetings, and all you have to do, so hopefully it will become part of the training and letting them know what they have to do, because they come in, they don't realize how difficult it is gonna be, you working a full-time job, maybe you got a family, so to get them to understand, so maybe we can retain them, because the older members are eventually going to
That's all.
pass on, let's be real, it's gonna be passing on.
If I may share-
So we need to, and let the younger people coming in, yes, this is a real commitment, yes, you're gonna, because I learned, when I came to community board, didn't know anything about a community board, I learned from Andy Liosa and some of these people who've been here for a long time.
I learned from you guys, I mean, I came in, I got thrown into public safety and traffic and transportation, I had no clue. Adeline did not tell me a word what I was to expect, and I said, you know what, I'm gonna keep coming.
Mhm.
I'm gonna keep coming, and at some point, I'm gonna pick it up. There was no training for me. There
No,
was
I got
zero.
one better for you.
Zero.
They put me on housing, and it was me, Sandra, and Charles. And it's the 3 of us sitting there talking to each other. And then one day Paul comes in, and he says, I'm making you chair of housing. I was like, who you talking to? What do I don't know anything
Is
about
this still recording, we're still meeting?
Okay, turn that on. And, you know, and
What
then
we have to go to
Yes.
No, we don't need to do the vote. Okay, so let's back
Vote
up.
to adjourn.
So vote to
Just
Oh,
wait.
accept
I just wanna share one thing really quick about, being a current college kid. College is too much money for me to join the community board. I don't wanna waste my money and like risk, and I graduate this year, so I've never officially joined, but like you said, it's a lot to ask for somebody, and I believe the college kids, in my own stance, I do wanna risk all that money for this. And also, when I first started coming to the board, there was no like Zooms or any recordings on the YouTube to watch to understand what it was. So that like learning curve, it was crazy, especially trying to figure out like committee to minute to committee to general to executive to general. It's a little confusing.
No,
but I think you guys have done a lot much better.
The technology
Yes,
now
ma'am.
that we have to use
Yeah.
to kind of keep everybody
On the same page.
in
Yeah.
the same loop, because before we didn't have any of this technology, you physically had to be present, there
Yeah.
was no such thing as a Zoom,
Yeah.
so you had to be there to see it and hear it and try to make sense out of it.
Yeah.
And that's how a lot of us learned it, through the older members
Yeah.
who were at the board. Andy had been on the board for years, Barbara Stronza,
Yeah.
Helene, Lowell, people like that, Bill when he was here, and other people. That's who we learned from, because we didn't know anything about anything.
Yeah.
Plus working full-time jobs, and in my case, sometimes going to school. So it was really hard. So we were talking earlier, we need to let these people, when they come in as brand new members.
I like the fact that, the CEC is made their business to give trainings,
Yeah.
constant trainings, all the time.
Oh.
I'm so glad.
And they didn't used to do that
Yeah.
And
either.
they never, I didn't
No, they
get
didn't
any
do
of
any
that.
of that.
Time.
I
No.
got, in 2017, I got 0.
No,
So-
you got thrown right
Yeah,
into
I
the
was
pot.
like, here you go,
Boom.
goodbye.
And I also believe because of CB7, all the community boards now get sexual harassment training. With the prior district manager, I believe something happened, but because there's so many more trainings that did not happen only till a couple years ago, with CB7 at the
Did
forefront
we
of
do
that.
sexual harassment training this year?
Yeah, everybody
I
has
think
it.
they have, I think,
Yeah.
did they? I
Yearly.
think they haven't done it, right?
We haven't done it
I
yet.
think it was last year.
I guess what I do is with so many organizations.
No, we
They're,
didn't do
they're
it this
trying to
year.
get through the, code of conduct still.
Okay,
So
'cause no, we
there's,
didn't
I
do
think,
it this
people
year.
outstanding that
Really?
haven't signed on.
We didn't
No,
do
we
it this
won't
year.
get through it. I mean,
Anyway.
don't remind us, don't remind us.
No, I know they will.
Yeah.
So,
It's coming
so
up, it's
far,
coming
we
up.
have gone through the
Yes, ma'am.
whole entire internal budget. Are there any changes that, anybody wants to make, or any comments that anybody wants to make?
Just
So can I
if you
have
could just
a
throw on a
motion to-
megaphone for the veterans event so people could hear, just throw on a megaphone in
Okay.
office
And,
operations. Thank you.
a question came from the floor to have, a mic,
A megaphone.
a speaker,
Amplified
a
sound. Yeah.
speaker at the next veterans, flagging event, so everybody can hear what's being said.
Well, I believe you need a permit to have a speaker, but a megaphone you do not need
No,
a
I
permit
can
for.
bring the one I
okay.
had upstairs.
Okay, perfect.
And with a little
Yes, ma'am.
microphone.
Okay.
And you could have heard it fine.
Yeah, because those cars are zooming by, it was kind of hard.
So can I have a motion to accept the budget?
Motion to accept the budget as presented.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Yeah, Ira. So the internal budget for the year of, July 1st, 2023 through June 30th, 2024 is accepted and passed. And does this get presented at the general board meeting on the 28th? No.
It can be linked to your notes, maybe.
Okay. So just include a copy?
Yes.
No, I don't think so, we never did, no,
Okay.
no, it's not public. Okay, so we've covered our meeting, we've covered the budget, all those, can I have a motion to adjourn the meeting?
Motion to adjourn the meeting.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right,
Happy Thanksgiving.
meeting adjourned.
Thank you.